This episode is sponsored by True Choice Insurance. Here at True Choice, we take a different philosophy when it comes to providing you with your insurance options. We emphasize the value of the products we offer, instead of playing on the fear of you not being protected in your time of need. True Choice is affiliated with more than 60 insurance companies. This makes us one of the most independent agencies in the state of Texas. Please visit TrueChoiceInsurance.com for all your insurance needs.
Yeah, let's get it poppin'. James 4th, I'm back. We back, Back City. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball droppin'. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball droppin'. You must love us cause you can't stop watchin'. You must love us cause you can't stop watchin'. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball droppin' like it's New Year's Eve. Boy, it's James IV, that's Roman numeral 4 off the top with the intro. What up, K-Sap, no cap, that's the big bro. You know the ladies hold it down for the team. We be the hottest on this YouTube screens. We got sports, media, news, that round table talk. Them other parts ain't got the same sauce. Nah, hit us in the chat, but no haters allowed. Send you to the block party, what you gotta say now? We on live, hit us up and subscribe. If you like it to share, show love instead of staring. Man behind the mic, numbers don't lie. Send me a super chat to all that may apply. Ain't no party like an SBD party. Let's get the show started, pull up, everybody. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball droppin'. Let's get it poppin', man, I'm simply ball droppin'. You must love us cause you can't stop watchin'. You must love us cause you can't stop watchin'.
Yes. You know who it is. It's your favorite host, the man behind the mic of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, Kay Cabot. What's up? Yeah, man, we had to jump on here this Saturday night, man. We gonna do something this Saturday night, man, because there's been a lot of things going on in the news, a lot of things surrounding around this Cleveland Browns media circus, everything that's going on with this quarterback competition. We saw everything that your girl Mary Kay had to say, man. Mary Kay right now, she is trending heavy, and she did some things and she knew what she was doing, and she got the attention that she wanted. But look, Mary Kay Cabot's cover is blown, because we heard what Todd Monken had to say. We heard Todd Monken come out in his little interview on 92.3 The Fan, kind of shut it down, but Anthony Lima and Ken Carman danced around the whole thing by not putting Mary Kay Cabot's name to it, but they had no problem, saying Shiloh Sanders' name. So I appreciate everybody that's pulling up, man. But soon as you pull up, look, drop a like on the video. If you're watching it on the playback, for the playback gang, hype the video up. I see my moderators falling in. I see In the Dark with a Smile, Michelle's in the building. I see Detroit Gemini. My moderators are filling up. Right now, we got 50 people watching the live show. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video, post your comment, chime in where you're listening to us from, man. But look, we gonna get this thing popping, man. Y'all see the title of the show, Mary Kay, your cover is blown. And that is from Carmen Justice. Now, she is on Channel 5 in Cleveland. She is a Emmy-nominated reporter. And she has chimed in because she was on the show with Earl the Pearl, and things are getting kind of crazy. So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. Man, y'all go ahead and get your popcorn ready. Y'all kick back, get yourself a nice little beverage. Because you know how we do, man. This is the Saturday night edition, and we're going to get it popping. So I appreciate everybody that's up in here, but y'all see the title of the show. Mary Kay Cabot, man, your cover's blown. I see everybody starting to hop in. Chicago in the house, Texas in the house, Jackson, Mississippi in the house. Man, we got people from all over different parts of the world chiming in, man. So, but we know we've been following this story, guys. We've been on this story, man. We is on this story because I don't care how long Mary Kay Cabot has been in the business. Massachusetts in the house. I don't care how long Mary Kay Cabot has been in the business, but your job is to report the facts, not your opinion, and write stories about them. Because you know what they say about opinions. Everybody has one. And sometimes it can make a asshole out of yourself. And I will say this. She got the media and the insiders in Cleveland, she got that circuit popping. Because now all eyes is on the Cleveland media and everything surrounding around this quarterback situation. And now I see people in the chat saying now she wants to post something about Shador's graduation. We got Cleveland, Ohio in the house. But we can't let Mary Kay Cabot get around it. We can't let her get by on what she's doing. Now, I got an interesting message this evening from one of my followers. And he basically posted a comment on a particular post when Mary Kay was on 92.3 The Fan. And he posted some comments, and he thinks that Mary Kay has a burner account. Because one of the comments that he posted, I'm reading it off of the message that he sent me. She responded to him by saying, at said wardrobe, laugh out loud, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. She stated, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. Then it went on to say, MKC is an institution. Sanders is a passerby. And he think that's coming from a Mary Kay burner account because the way it was addressed, it says, I've been doing this for 40 plus years, which she has been doing it for 40 plus years. That's the crazy thing. And to respond to this particular person on this post, one of my supporters and one of my subscribers sent this over to me. They sent it over to me. They gave me the whole thread. So they responded to him by saying, laugh out loud, I've been doing this for 40 plus years. So has Mary Kay got some burner accounts out there we don't know about? Is she pulling a Kevin Durant? Is she pulling a Kevin Durant? I see everybody filtering in. We got Cleveland, Ohio in the house, man. Let's shout out to some of these comments here. We got Fresno, California in the house. We got Massachusetts in the house. We got Dallas, Texas in the house. Cleveland, Ohio. Dallas, Texas. We got Chicago. Yeah. Shout out to my lovely moderators in the dark with a smile. Michelle, she's in the house. Detroit Gemini, she's in the house. We got Patrick Williams from West Virginia in the house. Man, look, we got Orlando, Florida in the house. We got two people representing Orlando, Florida. Yeah, represent your city. And then Detroit Gemini said, yeah, now it's time for her to retire. Times have changed. The new Cleveland. That's what we do, the new media. The new media. But it's very interesting because I heard Carmen Justice go on the radio station, right? And when she was on the radio station, she was saying some things. So Earl the Pearl was asking her questions about what she thought about the quarterback situation and what he thought on some things, and then asked her, now, what have you seen on practice? And that's the diabolical thing, because in 3 days in practice, you basically saying that somebody has emerged as the quarterback, right? But Carmen Justice, she put a little spin on it. And that's why I said, in a sense, that Mary Kay Cabot's cover is blown because everybody is on to it. But I want y'all guys to take a listen on what she had to say when she was with Earl the Pearl. Now, y'all know how Earl the Pearl does. He's with you all the time. So y'all know how it is. So basically, this is what she said.
Being reported this week about quarterbacks, and Todd Monken had an interview. Based on what you know from what you've seen, do you think at this current time, three practices in, that anybody has separated themselves from one another when it comes to the Browns quarterback battle?
Listen, I think yes, and also no. Yes, in the regard of there's always somebody who looks better in a given session, in a given group of practice, right? There's always somebody that stands out, and that probably extends beyond what we see on the field and beyond what we are able to see in any capacity, because that extends to the meeting rooms, to what they're learning in the playbook and how they're relaying the information that they're taking in. It's not just about the drills and shorts that we're able to see, and the ones that we aren't able to see because we're only there for 1 day out of a session and they go for 3 more or 2 more. So yes, there is probably somebody, and there always will be somebody, who stands out in that capacity. I also think that it is very early. So while there is somebody who may stand out.
Now, you heard what she said. In a 3-day sample size, from what we see and what certain media personnel see, so how do you rush the judgment? And then she also said, somebody is always going to look better than somebody in certain drills. So pay attention, guys.
Obviously, as we get more into camp and we get into the mandatory portions where everybody is in attendance, things could absolutely shift. So
now you heard what she said. When everybody's in attendance, not just one person such as Mary Kay making her observation. Let everybody filter in and make that observation.
Yes, I do think that there's the potential for somebody to be a standout, but there obviously is not a decision yet because it's very, very early. So
now you heard what she said. So there's no decision made because it's very, very early. Now, what does this do, guys? Mary Kay is a female reporter. Cameron Justice is their go-to in Cleveland. And she's a woman as well. So she came out and debunked everything that Mary Kay said from a woman's standpoint. So that's why I said, Mary Kay, your cover is blown. And now you run into your ex, Twitter X, and you want to post something about Shedeur Sanders on his graduation. We're not going to let you do that, Mary Kay. You got to stay on one side because what you have done in the past, you've done nothing but really slander Shedeur Sanders' name and not giving him a fair shake, because what you preached every time was go get a quarterback. You wanted the Cleveland Browns to take Ty Simpson with the number 6 pick in the 2026 NFL draft. But Andrew Berry had other plans. Andrew Berry did things that I've always told you guys when we talked about this. Shedeur Sanders can be a franchise quarterback. All you got to do is build around him, get him the weapons. And what did Andrew Berry do in the draft? He did all this before the draft. She did all this before the draft. He started out by getting offensive linemen. He went and made the huge trade for Titus Howard out of Houston. Somebody that protected Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson was doing good and how he got elevated to get all this money. And y'all got to remember with Deshaun Watson, he's the only quarterback in the NFL that has had a fully guaranteed contract. Kirk Cousins came close twice, but Deshaun Watson's contract is fully guaranteed. The Cleveland Browns will be paying Deshaun Watson $49 million this year if he's on the field and if he's not on the field. Was he on the field last year? Hell nah. And still got paid $49 million. Still got paid $49 million. I agree with that, Patrick Williams. He had no intentions on picking Ty Simpson, but this is the reports that Mary Kay was out there saying. And I told you guys earlier, for the new people that's in the chat, follow along with this. For the new people that's in the chat. This situation happened last year around May because G. Bush had the receipts. Because of the fact that Kenny Pickett was in the building, Joe Flacco was in the building, Shedeur Sanders was in the building, Dylan Gabriel was in the building, and Tyler Huntley was in the building. And she put out a report on her ex that Kenny Pickett has emerged as the number one guy for Cleveland to start. But did that happen? I understand that Kenny Pickett got hurt, but did that happen? Hell nah. What happened was Joe Flacco got the starting nod. And then on top of that, Kenny Pickett got traded. So Mary Kay was writing reports from her opinion. Where did she get that information from? Now that's fast forward to this year when they fired Kevin Stefanski. She was quick to go to her Twitter X and say, Jim Schwartz has emerged as the number one guy for the head coaching position for the Cleveland Browns. So what happened? Jim Schwartz didn't get the job. Todd Monken got the job. Mary Kay was pissed off because she was a Kevin Stefanski person. She protected Kevin Stefanski at all costs. She was getting all her information from Kevin Stefanski. But what happened? Todd Monken took the position, got into the office, greeted Shedeur Sanders. That clip went viral around Todd Monken's birthday. Shedeur Sanders gave him that porcelain horse head. That went viral. Todd Monken reposted that on his Instagram and Twitter page, and he ain't posted since 2022. But he posted this, what Shedeur did for him. That pissed Mary Kay off even more. So like I said, Mary Kay has an agenda. She has an agenda to say anybody but Shedeur. Because Todd Monken shut her down and embarrassed her in the introductory press conference when she tried to go in head first, like a cabbage, all head and no ass, and get eviscerated by Todd Monken. Because she's talking about sources. Who's her source? She's her own source. Everybody has sources. I got sources, but it depends on what your sources tell you. And some people have sources that lie. And like I told y'all guys earlier, a lie don't care who tells it. A lie don't care who tells it. And like a lot of people in the chat say, no integrity. Like just posting anything that she wants to post. So let's continue with what Cameron Justice had to say.
There's plenty of time for everyone to get a look at it. And I think you want a decision, but you want the right decision. You don't want a rush decision. So I think it would be wise for them to see what they've got, continue to see what they've got as you get deeper into camp and you aren't just throwing on air in shorts. You've got the pads on. You've given time to go over a playbook that is hopefully revamped anew because you have a head coach. And so I think time will tell, and I think it would be wise to get a little bit deeper into camp. You don't want to get too deep, but give it a little bit more time, see what you've got, let these guys get adjusted, get some real competition out there, because you want the best guy to earn the job and get the reps in order to look the best out there when their number's called on the field.
Cameron, you took me right where I kind of wanted to go with this next one, and it's kind of along the lines of, if Deshaun Watson were to emerge as the starting quarterback, do you believe that A, it's Todd Monken's decision, and then B, that it's because they think he is the best option to win football games?
I think Todd Monken absolutely wants the best quarterback on the field, 100%. I think that there are certainly external factors that you consider: contract, the health of a player, the abilities that a player might have, the untapped nature that you think that you can get more out of a guy. And so if it's Deshaun Watson, I think that it would mean that Todd Monken believes that he can get more out of him than Deshaun Watson has been able to show since being traded here, whether that's through injuries or the rust they said he needed to shake off because he sat for so long, or maybe they feel like he wasn't in a scheme that properly displayed what he was able to do. Whatever the case may be, if it's Deshaun Watson, it's because certainly external factors are keeping him in the conversation, despite, a sample size that feels strong enough that it hasn't been what they were looking for. They've said it was a swing and a miss, and now here they are giving it another go because they've got a new head coach that they think maybe can untap some more out of him. But it has to be because he has the potential to win games, because you're not putting him out there to lose games just because of his contract, because you're already fighting against a frustrated fan base. These guys, everybody in that organization knows. Jimmy Haslam said it at the...
Now, you heard what she said. You're already fighting against a frustrated organization. And what has happened? They got this billion-dollar stadium that they building. And Shedeur Sanders, a polarizing figure, walks in, brings in a new culture. Because what did we say earlier, guys? On that first OTA, they had the music playing. And Mary Kay was pissed off because the music that they was playing was perfect timing from Shedeur. And Todd Monken was telling people, turn it up. Turn it up. Mary Kay didn't like that. And then Todd Monken said, if the neighbors start complaining, tell the neighbors to move. And you see what happened. That was a movement in itself. That was a movement in itself. So Todd Monken is for the culture. Todd Monken has been on Shedeur's heels ever since he was in high school. When Todd Monken was at the University of Georgia, he tried to recruit Shedeur Sanders. Then you heard what in the draft last year, the Baltimore Ravens wanted to select him. And Todd Monken is the offensive coordinator. Now that he's become the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, it's a lot of things that Todd Monken has been telling you guys. But you just got to pay attention to what Todd Monken has to say, because it's right there for you. And then another thing, with all this Mary Kay Cabot exposure, she thinks she is a pillar for women in sports. That's how she feels, because she made a statement about that responding to Shiloh Sanders. So the crazy thing about it is, I think her cover has been blown. Her cover has been blown, man, and a lot of people are onto it. And another female reporter, Cameron Justice, that's their go-to in Cleveland. They said she is the one that you can trust. Because what happened is she lit a bonfire.
The groundbreaking, right? That they know they have to have a product out there that makes fans excited. They are working tirelessly, they said, to get this team.
Now, you heard what she said. She said they have to put a product out there that makes the city and these fans excited. No discredit to Deshaun Watson, but he ain't played in 2 years, coming off an Achilles. He's out there throwing in OTAs. Nobody is coming at him. So the crazy thing about it is they trying to put a product on the field that is exciting for the fan base. And when Shedeur Sanders got drafted, regardless of where he got drafted, 144 in the 5th round, he brought excitement to the city of Cleveland because of the what ifs. Everybody tuned in, even if you wasn't a Cleveland Brown football fan. Because y'all know damn sure I'm not. I just been following Shedeur and been covering Shedeur ever since he came out of Trinity Valley, ever since he went to Jackson State. Then he went to Colorado, and now with the Cleveland Browns. I've been covering stories on Shedeur Sanders. Everybody knows I'm a diehard Minnesota Vikings fan. Don't get that twisted. So at the same time, what Shedeur has endured, he's brought in the culture. Because you saw that up in Colorado. You saw the media spectacle. You saw the rappers and celebrities gracing the sidelines. You saw all the rappers in the locker room. They was turning up. He brings that new wave. He brings that new wave to Cleveland. And all eyes are on Cleveland, regardless if you like him or not. A lot of people have went out and got the Sunday ticket just to see the Cleveland Browns because they want to see if there's a chance that Shedeur Sanders was getting on the field. And that's how it works. Regardless of the business aspect of it or the money portion of it, to put Deshaun Watson in for the Cleveland Browns, it does not make business sense. Because Todd Monken already told you guys this is going to be an open quarterback competition. So if it's an open quarterback competition, and for Mary Kay to come out and say that Deshaun Watson is the clear-cut favorite and Deshaun Watson should be named the 2026 starter for the Cleveland Browns just because you saw him throw in a pair of shorts and a jersey on and a helmet, that's the problem. So her cover's been blown. Let's finish with what Cameron Justice said.
Team turned around and to get wins. They're opening a brand new stadium. They need people to fill those seats. They need the fan base back on board, and it's become apathetic, I think, for a lot of fans. A lot of fans are just kind of tuned out to it because they're so frustrated with the product from the past several years. And so I don't think that you can go out there as an organization just because you're paying a guy money and trot him out there if you don't think that he gives you.
Now you heard what she said. You can't just throw a guy out there because you're paying him money. You can't do that. You see what I'm saying? Pick up on the clues. It's key words. You can't just throw a person out there just because they're getting paid money. Do y'all realize the NFL is $1 billion business? And that's what happens. And that's why I said, man, her cover's been blown. But let's go ahead and finish listening to what she said because we're going to get to this Todd Monken situation as well.
The best chance to win.
Now you heard she said the best chance to win. Right? So now let's get to this Todd Monken situation. Because Todd Monken, this is where Todd Monken really blows it up and blows her cover. I know we're going to talk about this. We're going to beat a dead horse. But Todd Monken really blew her cover. So let's take a listen to what Todd Monken had to say. This is what Todd Monken had to say when he was on the interview at 92.3 The Fan. And Todd Monken really blew up her spot. But Ken Carman and Anthony Lima protected her. Let's take a listen.
Point for us as a team.
Todd Monken joining us in studio right now. So I want to, again, clarify, and I think you've said this before, you do want to have a starting quarterback on your team that you know is on your depth chart, number one, before training camp, correct?
Would love to.
Okay, you would love to. You're not necessarily stuck in cement on that idea then.
Well, I would love to have that. I'm not there yet.
There it is right there. Keywords. I would love to have that, but I'm not there yet. I would love to have that, but I'm not there yet. Guys, chat, do you understand what Todd Monken just said? He just blew Mary Kay's whole article up that she wrote on Yahoo, and Yahoo picked it up. He just blew it up. Let's continue to listen what the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Todd Monken, had to say.
So I can't say that. We've been on the field 3 practices, which was awesome to get out there with our players. I was talking to Carson yesterday. He said, feels so weird that we got from phase 1 to get on the field, and then now we're back off for 3 weeks. But it's always changing based on what you see. I don't have a history with any of our players. I know where this is heading. But I don't have a history with any of the players. They're all external to me. Just like when I interviewed coaches for the coordinator position, there was no internal candidates. I wasn't here. They're all external to me. So all the players are external other than Tylan Wallace, who was with us. So at the point is, what I've seen after 3 days, okay, that gives us a little bit of a 40,000-foot view of where we're at. But that can change. Heck, once we get back on the field for 4 weeks at the end of this spring, we'll have a better idea then. But there's only so many reps you get. You've got to start to target towards who's going to start opening day. And now that can still change. And that can change even if someone's getting.
Chat, let me ask y'all a question. Chat, help me out. Let me ask you a question. Why come Ken Carman and Anthony Lima did not just ask him a direct question? Why didn't they say, well, Mary Kay Cabot said that Deshaun Watson is your guy? Why didn't they just come out and address it like that? See, what they did was they tap danced around it like Gregory Hines. They started tap dancing. They did the Sandman Sim from Apollo Late Night. That's exactly what they did. So now my issue is, I produced a show earlier today talking about why come Deshaun Watson hasn't spoke yet. If he's supposed to be your leading quarterback, Mary Kay, from her opinion, if he's supposed to be your leading quarterback, why come we haven't heard from the leading quarterback? Shedeur Sanders spoke. Even Dylan Gabriel spoke. But we haven't heard from Deshaun Watson yet. I find that kind of ironic, guys. Why come we haven't heard from Deshaun Watson? Chat, y'all let me know. Why come we haven't heard from Deshaun Watson? Are they just all of a sudden protecting Deshaun Watson? And see, this is what happens. Anthony Lima and Ken Carman, you got to watch them. They are protecting Mary Kay. Mary Kay is the one that causes all the drama. And they look to Mary Kay to be like, okay, this is what it is. Totally agree, Amber. They are protecting him. They are protecting Deshaun Watson for some reason. But we're not even going to bash Deshaun Watson because this is not Deshaun Watson's fault. This is the Cleveland media's fault. This is the insiders' fault. This is what they do. Because I've told you guys, they damn sure can't stand Deshaun Watson, but they dislike Shedeur Sanders. What did we see all offseason, guys? We heard all offseason long about this quarterback situation. We heard all offseason long they need to go get a quarterback. They need to bring in a franchise quarterback when you got one that's already in the building. Then they also stated that put Deshaun Watson out there, we lose some games, then we can go 2027 and get Arch Manning. They still talking about a quarterback situation in Cleveland. Let's continue to let Todd Monken cook.
2/3 of the rep to someone getting 1/3 of the reps. Because you're still going to play preseason games. You're still going to want to see those guys at quarterback and see how they play.
Why is it important for the rest of the team to figure out who that guy is before training camp actually starts?
I think you're talking about our players. Mm-hmm. I think it's important for them to have an idea of the identity of the team and have a belief in whoever that is. Ultimately, the ball's in that player's hands every down. So, and you're going to come down to 4-minute, 2-minute end of game scenarios. You have close games every week, a belief system that this guy's going to take us to the promised land, which is starting with a winning team, winning the division, right? Winning a Super Bowl, all of those things. I don't think players care. I just think they want to know who's going to give us the best chance to win. Who do we believe in that's going to give us the best chance to win? Because through all the money and all of that, there's nothing like the feeling in the locker room when you win. And I think that's what players still crave, to be a part of winning and to be able to wear your Browns gear with pride. Hey, I'm a Cleveland Brown.
You know, before a big trial, a judge will instruct a jury. You got to be impartial. You got to delete anything you might have heard about this case. Get it out of your mind. Can you possibly do that and be that objective when it comes to two quarterbacks, both very, very famous dudes? Everything that Deshaun Watson has been through and the stuff he's put on tape 6 years ago and the stuff he's put on tape with the Cleveland Browns over the last how many years? And then Shador and everything that comes along with Shador Sanders. Can you possibly be that objective?
Well, I think there's levels of being objective. I mean, I'm not Patrick from SpongeBob. I don't live under a rock. I mean,
Now, you heard what he said, man. Very interesting. His keywords. I'm not Patrick from SpongeBob. I'm not living under a rock. And I told you guys, y'all know I deal with facts. Facts over feelings. Todd Monken sat back from afar when he was in Baltimore last year. And he heard all the nonsense that was going on with the Cleveland Browns insiders and the media because he's in that AFC North division. And he's heard everything that's been written about the Cleveland Browns when Kevin Stefanski was there. So he knows how to handle this media. And I've always told y'all that Todd Monken is handling this Cleveland media and insiders with a long-handed spoon. And he's doing a hell of a job doing it. And he's playing the game. He got a straight poker face, and he's playing the game. Let's go ahead and continue.
Sit there and I hear things, I see things. You're part of that. But I've learned over the years in coaching is your job is to let it play itself out.
Now, you heard what he said, man. His job is to let things play out. And that's exactly what Todd Monken is doing. He's letting it play out. He's not rushing the judgment because he told people this is going to be an open quarterback competition, but everybody's not going to get the equal share of reps. And what is Mary Kay doing? Mary Kay is going out there defending Dylan Gabriel once again. Saying that, you know, don't forget about Dylan Gabriel. He's going to impress this coaching staff. And now he's going to be a leg behind because he's not going to be able to throw to the ones. But you didn't have that same energy last year when you was talking about Shador Sanders. Why Shador Sanders had to get off practice and go up to the local college and throw to the local college kids. You never said anything like that. This is what happens. And I told y'all with Mary Kay, a lie does not care who tells it. I want y'all to think about that. A lie does not care who tells it. And y'all know that's facts. We deal with facts. Man, we got over 250 people in here watching the late night show. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video. And you know, like I've always said, tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. So y'all go and share this out. Like I said, we got 256 people in here. Drop a like on the video for me. If you're going to watch this on the playback, do me a favor. Hype the video up. Appreciate my Facebook audience for tuning in. Also, you got to look at it like this, man. We're going to open up the phone lines tonight. If anybody wants to call in, we're going to open up the phone lines. Because if you're watching and you're not chatting and you want to say something, we will open up the phone lines. We will get you in. We're going to open up the phone lines and see if we can get some calls tonight. I'll have the phone lines open. So if you want to call in, we'll go ahead and post the number up here. But right now, the phone lines is open. So if you want to call in and be a part of the show, you can go ahead and call in. So if you look up on the board, you can call in. The call-in number, the call in the show is 214-425-9333. Call into the Simply Ball Dropping hotline. You can call in, let your voice be heard, and you can weigh in on this situation. You can weigh in on the Mary Kay Cabot situation. So we'll take a few calls, man. We'll keep the phone lines open if anybody wants to call. Like I said, the number's on the board, 214-425-9333. So you can just go ahead and call in, let your voice be heard. But yeah, so like I said, if you haven't joined the channel, you haven't joined the membership, just hit the join button that's in the chat. It'll take you right to the membership page, and you can join for all the exclusive, information. We got a caller calling in. You're on the line with KSAP and SBD. Who we got?
What's up? This Buck Gordy.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, so look, I was seeing today that what they said, Mary Kay's supposed to be like best friends with the owner wife, and that's like people was trying to put that together like that's her source. And I'm trying to find out why, like what would be the point of the owner's wife wanting to put this message out there through Mary Kay?
Hey, that's interesting because I did hear a point that Dee Haslam was her source, and I think that's where she got the information about Deshaun Watson being the front runner for QB1 in Cleveland. A lot of people have sent me information and sent me messages about Dee Haslam. But we all saw last year how Jimmy Haslam, the owner, and his grandkids all was advocating for Shedeur because on the sidelines, they had their Shedeur Sanders jerseys on.
Yeah, I see that. But I'm saying they could be doing that in front of people's face, but then behind the scenes,
exactly,
be on the BS. So I'm just confused with that.
Everybody's confused because they think that Mary Kay has a ulterior motive, and Shiloh Sanders called that out. And when I say he called it out, because he said a direct message to Mary Kay about Mary Kay just having this disdain like for Shedeur Sanders is almost like hate. You never write nothing good about Shedeur. Everything is a slander or a backhanded compliment towards Shedeur without giving nobody no facts or no context.
Right. I'm just trying to figure out what does that benefit her to just be hating like that though. What is why? Like that's
she's
what I
trying to gain
why.
a buzz. She's trying to be on that national media spectacle because when she produced that tweet, do you realize that tweet alone, when she said on my breaking news, that tweet alone produced 1.6 million impressions on Twitter X. And a lot of people go to X. And then she followed it up with something else, which got over 1.7 million impressions. So what does that do? That puts Mary Kay Cabot trending. Now all these little small outlets are reaching out to her to get her voice. You see, when the story broke, Pat McAfee, one of the moguls on ESPN, was talking about something else, and the breaking news came across, and they went right to that segment. And they had people come in from the NFL executives to weigh in on that. So Mary Kay, applaud her for that because all eyes are on Cleveland right now.
Okay, so basically it's not even personal, it's just business and it's just entertainment, and she don't even really feel like that. She's just doing this.
No,
for the
I
money.
think she really feels like that because she does have a disdain like for Shedeur Sanders, her and Tony Grossi.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, man. We'll appreciate the call.
Man, appreciate the call.
For sure.
All right. Yeah, guys, phone lines is open. I see a lot of people was trying to get in while, the caller was on the line. If we do have a caller on the line and somebody's trying to get through, just call back. We got another caller calling in. You're on the line with KSAP and Simply Ball Dropping. Who we got?
You got Mr. Brian coming out of Columbus, Ohio, man.
Hey, what's going on, Brian?
What's going on, man? That's a couple things I want to hit you at that I was concerned about. Number one, Shador got that Giants United going on. And for him to have a Giants United going on, for people to talk about him the way they do, not name one of them quarterbacks. I don't even know if Deshaun Watson had Giants United going on.
No.
He had the Heisman not Giants United going on. That's one of the best of the best. And I'm so glad Simply Balling, your program is highlighting our athletes, G. Bush and everybody, because I stay on you guys. And I want to compliment on you on that. But I want to ask you this question. Don't Deshaun Watson can't play until December, and doesn't he still got to fulfill his contract out by him being suspended by the league?
No, I think all that has subdued now. I think if, he's named the starter, he can go. But in a sense that you said, I'm glad you brought up that Johnny Unitas golden arm. This is what they do with Shador. They sweep all his accolades under the rug. That does not matter. We go back to when he started his first game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Became the first rookie to win in Cleveland since 2016. They swept that under the rug. None of that stuff matters.
What?
So then you go to when he played against the number one pick in Cam Ward when they played Tennessee. He was the first rookie in a Super Bowl era outside of Joe Burrows to throw for over 340 yards, 3 TDs, and one rushing TD. Ever. But they swept that under the rug. It didn't matter because they lost the game. And we know the reason why they lost the game, because Kevin Stefanski sabotaged that whole game by going for 2, bringing Quinshon Judkins in there to run a gadget play. And you had Shador Sanders that just moved him down the field and scored. So you didn't keep your quarterback on the field to potentially get the 2-point conversion. So everything that Shador Sanders has done, all his accolades, that doesn't matter. But these accolades matter for all these other quarterbacks that Cleveland has potentially tried to get. Because you know what they said about Fernando Mendoza. You know what they said about Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson been
Ain't there one of them quarterbacks ever better than Shador.
Exactly.
Ever.
If you look at the college career, Shador Sanders blows them all out the water. And then you look at it like this. Shador Sanders been coached by his daddy all his life. Ty Simpson been coached by his daddy all his life, but there's no big deal when it comes to Ty Simpson. It's a feel-good story. But with Shador, it's that NFL collusion. That's the difference. Shador's accolades don't matter. So that goes to tell you, when Mary Kay Cabot writes stories about Shador, it's nothing positive.
Right.
Yeah. So I do appreciate the call, man. Got some other callers got some other callers trying to call in, man, but good call.
Okay. Yeah.
Appreciate the call. Yeah, that was a great call, man. Another great call, man. The phone lines are still open. 214. You on the line with Simply Ball Dropping the K-Sap. Who we got?
This is Al from the Chi.
Hey, what's going on, Al?
Hey, listen, we've been watching Shador for quite some time. And the dangerous thing is, with all his accolades, we've never seen Shador behind a bona fide line. And it truly does get dangerous.
Exactly. And I said this before, and I produced many shows during the season last year. Shador Sanders is not the problem. You build around Shador Sanders, you upgrade that offensive line, and what did Andrew Berry do at the start of free agency? He started building that offensive line. Then he went into the draft and started off building that offensive line where you got a versatile offensive lineman in Spencer Fano that can play left tackle. He can play right guard. He can play center. He can play that whole front line. And then you got another guy that you drafted from Florida. You got people that bolster that offensive line. Then you got the big boy out of Houston and Titus Howard that came in. You got Elkin Jenkins. You got all kinds of people that they signed on the rebuilt the whole offensive line. You just need some type of protection, because the many faults that they said Shador Sanders had last year, the picks and things like that, Do you realize that Peyton Manning, his rookie year, threw over 22 picks? But they don't want to talk about that. And Peyton Manning has turned out to be a Hall of Fame quarterback and a Super Bowl champion. Let that sink in. And they don't want to put the title of Pro Bowl quarterback on Shedeur Sanders because we know what Adam the Bull did. Adam the Bull said, if I was Shedeur Sanders, I would have turned down that invitation as a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Haters gonna hate, and I just want to take this time to say thank you guys for the excellent show, the presentation, doing your homework, and your professionalism and expertise and abilities. Keep up the good work.
Man, I appreciate the call. Another great call, man. But the phone lines are open, man. Let your voice be heard, man. 214-425-9333. David Pascal said it's about to go down. Dog pound. Amber said, Bull need to turn down that fried chicken. 28 picks. Yes. So we had a few good calls. We got another caller calling in. You're on the line with K-Sap and Simply Ball Dropping. Who we got?
Hi, this is Brian from Canada. How you doing, K-Sap?
Hey, what's going on, Brian? We got a caller calling in from Canada. Appreciate you calling in.
Yes. Oh, yeah, man. I love your show. Man. So, you know what? I'm a person that I always like facts over feeling, just like you always mention. I like to put things in different perspectives, too. The perspective of this is like Deshaun Watson, when they made that trade, I don't think anybody was against that trade because he was probably behind Patrick Mahomes. He was probably top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the league at that time.
Yes.
Succeed so far in Cleveland? No. Injuries, system, whatever has taken place. Is he healthy now? It seems like he is. Does he deserve an opportunity? I believe everybody deserves an opportunity. But the thing is this. What is the long-term solution? So a lot of, like Mary Kay has speculated that he's ahead of the pack right now. He should be ahead of the pack for the simple reason he's got 10 years in the league. So he's going to have the ability to pick up a system quicker than maybe a second-year player. Now, behind the point that I'm going to try to make is that there's practice players and then there's players
game time
that when
players.
The bullets start flying, they have big-time game time players. So when the pads get on and when they maybe practice with other teams, they still won't be able to hit the quarterback. We all know this. And when they get into the preseason, that's where I think that Shedeur will come to the fore because Shedeur's a gamer. Even the last game against Cincinnati, he wasn't playing that great. But then when it counted, he drove the team down the field and made great decisions. I think he's comfortable as far as what I mean is comfortability. He has a coach that seems like it believes in him, that has spoken life into him about his abilities. And the thing is, too, is that we can talk about all his accolades, what they should, but the thing what we cannot, it's just like the LeBron-Jordan conversation. You can't put one down to lift one up. They're both great athletes, and they're both great players. Who you prefer, it's your opinion, and everybody's opinion is right because that's their opinion. But I believe in Shedeur. I've seen Shedeur play since he was a little from Prime to Truth Academy, Jackson State to Colorado, last year in Cleveland. All I always want for the young man is to get not only get with respect, to just have a fair opportunity. Because in professional sports, a coach can help you succeed or he can help you not to succeed.
I totally agree with that. Man. Like, a lot of people are on to it. They know what's going on. A lot of people have followed Shedeur Sanders around. But my problem is that all his accolades don't mean nothing. But every other quarterback accolades mean a lot. That's the problem that I have. And I've always had that problem because when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, it doesn't mean nothing. That's what pisses me off.
And you know what? You're 100% right for the simple reason. You know, I remember when he won the Golden Arm or Johnny Unitas Award. You know what I mean? He was rated. Mel Kiper had it going as the number one quarterback ahead of Cam Ward. And then after, we all know there was collusion. You know, they never once had put out a video of his interview with the supposed New York Giants with Brian Daboll, you know what I mean, and putting wrong plays on the floor, whatever. And, you know, but the thing is this. When they want to criticize him, they'll come up with they'll try to dig up things from what since Jesus was created. But the thing is, when he does something good, it's going to the community, giving back, being a good person. They never want to say anything positive. Then all of a sudden, well, you know, he was a fifth round. They only want to mention that he was a fifth round just for their benefit because we all know he was a first round talent. You know what I mean? They have Ty Simpson like he was the savior. Like, you know, Ty Simpson played 15 games, and like we mentioned, I think a couple of shows ago, he was behind a guy that transferred to Notre Dame to play lacrosse.
Exactly.
So, and the only reason why he declared for the draft this year is because he knew he wasn't going to be a starter in Bama.
Exactly. So, man, look, like I said, Brian, I always appreciate you calling in for Canada. Got a Canada caller on the line tonight, but we got some other calls that we're trying to get to. So I do appreciate the call, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Have a blessed night.
All right, same to you. You on the line with K-Sap and Simply Ball Dropping. Who we got?
Hey, you got Will from Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York in the house. What's going on, Will?
Not too much, man. I really wanted to point out a point that I think that people were overlooking with that Monken interview. You know, Will from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Yeah, but that interview when Anthony Lima was questioning Monken, but they didn't want to point out what Mary Kay said. And when Monken said, you know, that was her opinion, you know, that was her opinion, I didn't say that. I think everybody overlooked what he was saying. And what he was pointing out was that was her opinion. I never said that Deshaun Watson was leading in the race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think everybody overlooked that and took that as, you know, just him saying that was her opinion and blah, 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 you know, the situation with Shiloh or whatever. But he was actually saying, I didn't say that Deshaun Watson was leading. You know, and I think a lot of people is overlooking that, you know, even like G. Bush, you know, because I was expecting him to point it out and he didn't. And I was like, I'm like, G. Bush overlooked it too.
No, it's a lot of things that you have to, I've told people, you got to pay attention to what Todd Monken says. It's a lot of keywords that are people that don't see it. And I agree with Amber. I don't think we overlooked it. We just never talked about it because basically what I'm saying is it's out there. Just pay attention to what Todd Monken has been saying.
Right.
Just go back and listen to how Todd Monken came in the building. Yeah.
It was just important to me because I felt like Lima and Ken Carmen did everything they could do to sidestep asking Monken the question of, you know, well, hey, one of our local beat, you know, reporters, Mary Kay Cabot, said that you have chosen a quarterback already, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't want to throw her out there like that. Yeah. And that's why I think I said Monken said what he said. You know, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to make it clear, I ain't chose a quarterback yet.
Exactly.
I didn't say that.
It's just keywords that you got to listen to, man. But I'm glad
yes, sir.
that you pointed that out. And a lot of people probably go back and look at it to see if they can catch when he said that. But great call, man. Appreciate you calling in.
Right. And I'm going to tell you one more thing before I go. You know, G. Bush a few days ago said that after all of this was over, he said the next thing that was going to come out was they were gonna go into tanking for the Manning kid.
Yeah, Arch Manning, 2027. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, that same yesterday, the same interview. Right after the interview, if you look at their show at 93.7 with Ken Carmen and Anthony Lima, right after they did that interview, when they came into that next segment, Ken Carmen went into how they should tank for Arch.
Yeah, that's why I said,
Check it
man,
out.
I've been trying to. Ken Carmen, man, he's suspect to me, but great call.
Fence rider.
Yes, great call, man. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
All
Thank you. All right, you have a good night,
All
brother.
right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, another great call, man. Phone lines is popping tonight. But this is what everybody's been referencing to. You're on the line with K-Sap and Simply Ball Dropping. Who we got?
Hey, how's it going? It's Newman Harper from calling from Boulder, Colorado.
What's going on, man? Great call. Appreciate you calling in from Boulder, Colorado, man. Represent.
Yeah. So Cleveland media is the worst media in America. I've never seen a rookie quarterback be so misaligned, treated like crap like Shador has been treated in Cleveland. I mean, if you think about the time frame he came into to play for Cleveland, the weather was absolutely horrible. He didn't get any first-team reps all throughout training camp and the preseason. And he went in there, and yes, I mean, the numbers don't look great, but he showed spurts of greatness. You know, he was laying the ball all over across the field. Like, I don't know what else to say outside of he showed exactly what a quality rookie quarterback should show. And now, you know, yeah, I mean, he's going against Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is a quality quarterback when he's healthy. And honestly, I've never seen like a media personality like Mary Kay Cabot just hate on Shador as much as she's hated on him. So yeah, it's just sucking to me that, you know what, they don't even care about Shador. Like, you know, the national audience cares about Shador, and it's just sad that he's not really getting a true chance in Cleveland as of right now. I think Todd Monken's doing a really great job. And if you listen to what Todd Monken said, you know, 3 weeks ago, he said that he's going to shift quarterbacks every now and again and let everyone play, you know, first team just to see what he has. So for Mary Kay Cabinet just to write that piece is so ridiculous, because he said, Todd Monken said, you know what, I'm going to give everybody a chance at the Apple to see what they got. Yeah, so that's all I have to say. You know, it's just discussing, you know, what's going on in Cleveland. I had to call in because, I mean, I don't even know how G. Bush deals with, you know, the issues like sitting on the radio station, because it's absolutely horrible.
Got you. Appreciate the call, man.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
All right. Yeah, David Pascal, 630, fire SBD. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to fire SBD. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Appreciate you tuned in, though. But this is what we're talking about, guys. This is what everybody... You're on the line with K-Sap and SBD. Who we got?
Appreciate you tuned in, though.
Yes.
Man, you got to turn the background down, man.
Okay, hold on. Right, I just wanted just to put like everybody on notice. The Raiders always wanted Shador. Because the Raiders,
you got background feedback, man. You gotta have to turn the show down.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah, Amber, go ahead and get him up out of here. All right, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So the Raiders, remember they were mad because Shador did not have they did not get like Shador first. They thought they gonna let him drop. So the Raiders tried to get him, and then we gave him Kenny Pickett. And then the Bengals like, okay, we're gonna try to get him too. So we gave him Flacco. They were trying to give like third round pick for Shador Sanders, but they would not let him go. Because it's mostly for the profits. They're getting they gonna fill it up them seats if they start Shador Sanders. If they don't, they just gonna lose a lot of money just bringing Deshaun in, and it's not a good business sense for them to do that. Because right now they trying to. If they was trying to do that, they would at least. I would think they would like try to sell some jerseys. Like when the draft was going on, they would have had him signing jerseys with Shador, but they did none of that. So they wasted all the opportunity to get the merchandise for Deshaun, which that's how they're gonna get their money back. They got Deshaun because he could fill up the seats and sell jerseys. Deshaun can't do none of that. So they never gonna recoup that money back. All it is for Deshaun to get his career back. If they let Deshaun sit and say, bump it, man, find an agent, see if anybody gonna want you after this, that's on you. Why do the Browns owe Deshaun anything? He's gonna leave next year. They're gonna have to pay him till 2030. All that money, it just wouldn't make no sense. Why they would even like they doing him a favor. He ain't doing them no favor. They doing him a favor. I just want to know your comment on that.
Yeah, I mean,
and thank you for listening.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson gonna get paid regardless. You know what I'm saying? Deshaun Watson, they owe Deshaun Watson $49 million this year, regardless if he hits the field or not. Deshaun Watson is set. But the fact is, they got this $1 billion stadium that they about to unveil, and you got to put butts in the seats. And that fan base, like Cameron Justice said, you want to put a product out there that is going to gravitate to the fan base. And that fan base, Deshaun Watson has been in Cleveland for 5 years and only been on the field 19 games in 5 years. 2 of them because he was hurt. He can't hold up. He can't withstand. He's coming off of an Achilles injury, and it's going to be hard pressed to say that this guy is the front runner because of what you see him doing in this little OTA in 3 days by throwing the football. We don't see the number 1 receivers in camp. We don't see the rookies in camp. We don't see the offensive linemen in camp. So how are you going to sit there and say that he's the front runner, has emerged as the front runner, when you got nobody coming at you? Now, let me know what you do in preseason when you got them linebackers barreling down the gun barrel. Let's see how you can escape and see what you can do. We all know Deshaun Watson was a great quarterback. Like I said, because he's the only quarterback in the NFL that has a fully guaranteed contract. So that's my take on it, man. Great call. But I got some other callers to get to, man. So I appreciate
one more
it.
thing. This is a reaction. This is a reaction. And I always watch your show. And I appreciate you doing the Lord's work.
Man, I appreciate you, man. Great call.
Yep.
Now, this is what y'all guys talking about. See, we can't let Mary Kay Cabot do things like this. Look what Mary Kay Cabot is out there doing, guys. This is what Mary Kay Cabot is out there doing. You see what she's posted on her Twitter? You seen that? She's trying to give shout out to Shador Sanders. She wants to write a column about him returning to Colorado to receive his diploma. Mary Kay knows what she's doing, guys. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, man. Y'all see that? Y'all see what you see the engagement that she's getting. She got over 46,000 impressions on this tweet, and it was 5 hours ago. She's doing numbers on Twitter X. She's doing numbers, guys. She's anything that comes up on her feed about Shador, oh man, she gonna eat. And that's what it is, man. So don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. And that's what she's doing. But we got some new people in the building tonight. I appreciate everybody to come through. This is the first time I've seen a lot of these people in here. So I appreciate that y'all tuned in. We got a new person that came in the building, Miss Nurse Fancy. I don't, Miss Nurse Fancy, where you watching from? This your first time here? Because it's the first time we seeing you chat, but appreciate you coming through. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Texas Coco. Like she writing an article like he's a dum-dum. But this is what they do. This is how they get their engagement, man. But like I said, we know what it is. But just don't fall from the okie doke. Oh, you came coming in from Tennessee? Is this your first time here on the channel? Oh, we got a first time listener. Mandalone live. We got a first time listener. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all the first time listeners, man. So if y'all do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel, man. Drop a like on the video, man. And if you're watching it on the playback, man, go ahead and hype it up. I know this was an impromptu live. I came on. Y'all didn't expect me to come on, but like G. Bush said earlier when we was doing Sports Life and Trill, they said K-Sap gonna be back. So yeah, so we came back. But I appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in, man. Like I said, we got over 267 people watching the show. Make sure y'all drop a like on the video, man. Take time right now. Please drop a like on the video, man. Give this video a thumbs up, man. Share this out to anybody that might be interested. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. We got Andrew in the building. We got a lot of people that's falling through, some new people. Regardless if you come in and you're doing a lot of hate watching, you can hate watch as well. ISO reactions, 2534. Mary is the new Cleveland's downfall. Yeah. Detroit Gemini said Shiloh was great, checking her like a big brother should. Yeah, because, you know, it's Shiloh held his ground because he really didn't say too much last year. So basically, but yeah, so I appreciate everybody that called in, man, but we're going to shut the phone lines down, man. We're going to shut the phone lines down. We took enough calls tonight, but the phone lines is now shut down. So, man, I appreciate everybody that called in, man. We had a couple great calls, man. So, like I said, man, y'all just got to pay attention, man. Because like I said, guess what? A lie don't care who tells it. And if Mary Kay is out there lying, that's what Mary Kay gonna do. So don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, guys. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Because we're gonna show y'all how Mary Kay Cabot just put herself on notice. Do y'all realize? And we're gonna take a look at this. Y'all see that, right? Mary Kay Cabot, with that tweet alone, 1.5 million impressions. With my breaking news here that Deshaun Watson has taken the lead over Shedeur Sanders. 1.5. And then she followed it up about how Deshaun Watson has emerged, and they got 1.4 million. So she is trending. She got herself off in the algorithm. She's trending. And that's just the bottom line. But don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. This is what we need to concentrate on. Look at this draft class. This is just the draftees. This is not the unrestricted free agents that Cleveland signed. Look at the draft class. Spencer Fanu, Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, Austin Barber, which is another offensive tackle out of Florida, Parker Briscoe. Then you got the stellar linebacker out of Alabama, Justin Jefferson, another tight end in Joe Royer, Tellen Green, the quarterback, then Carson Ryan as a tight end. And this is what Andrew Berry started off doing at the beginning of the free agency. He stacked up the offensive line. Right tackle and Titus Howard, 3 years, $63 million. Then you got Zion Johnson, the left guard. Then you got the maniac out of the New York Jets, the linebacker, in Quincy Wilson. And then you brought back the right guard in Tevin Jenkins. And then you signed a veteran center in Elton Jenkins from the Green Bay Packers. So guys, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. But Mary Kay Cabot's cover has been blown. We know her cover's been blown. We know her cover's been blown. Tamika watching from Humble, Texas. Lady C 6023 watching from Atlanta. Appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. Yeah. Hey, that's what I'm saying, Andrew. That's the key with my breaking news. That's what she did. ISO Reaction said, thank you for letting the people speak how they feel. Exactly. This is a platform that we do that, man. We give a chance for the audience to engage. Y'all drop them sandwiches in the chat. Mississippi in here. Yeah, drop them sandwiches in the chat. Y'all go and drop them sandwiches in the chat, man. We'll let JB have it, but we're going to drop sandwiches in the chat, man. For everybody that had a sandwich today, drop it in the chat. We got to give prop to one of our moderators, Amber Love, man, for coming up with that sandwich. Sandwiches. There are them sandwiches in the chat, man. Everybody dropping them sandwiches in the chat. Yes, sir. Utah in the house, man. We had a lot of people fall through tonight, man. So y'all do me a favor, man. For all the new people that fell through tonight, man, please subscribe to the channel, man. And if you want to be a part of the community and join the membership, hit the link in the chat, man, where you can join the memberships. And they all fell for it. She has no breaking news. Yeah, they all fell for it. The media picked up on it, but we're going to talk about it. Because when we talk about it, we expose and debunk everything that she says. I subscribe to the channel as a lifelong Browns fan in Cleveland area, now live in Atlanta. I will be tuned in. Good stuff. Appreciate you, my brother. Yeah. But see, the difference is they fell for it, but we here to debunk it. We here to depict everything bad about what she said and put some context on it. Keywords. Remember the keywords. Everybody been to school. Remember the keywords. Go make a sandwich was a respectful way of saying, take your hungry, starving for attention, trifling, manipulative, malicious ass somewhere and sit down. As a woman, I'm not offended. Well, we appreciate that comment because we talked about it earlier and, you know, a lot of people took it out of context. Shador making everyone relevant. Yeah, because he's a polarizing figure. Appreciate you, Andrew. Appreciate all the love, man. Appreciate all the love, man. Drake, yeah. Exactly. Cincinnati in the house, man. So, man, we had a lot of great calls tonight, man. I know it's Saturday night. I'm surprised that over 260 people showed up in the building. But that's love. It's a ham sandwich. Got people from the Netherlands tuned in, man. Y'all know, hey, In the Dark with a Smile, Michelle, man. She's been on my platform ever since I started. She know it's a movement. You know, we got a constant movement over here. We got a whole network. We got a whole network of people covering different varieties of sports. I'm gonna stop messing with Mary Kay last year. Peep game back then. Yeah. A movement. There you go. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I appreciate it. But like I said, man, we're gonna start. We're gonna get back to doing our free giveaways, man. We're gonna get back to, you know, putting our merch out there. We're gonna give people a chance. I remember I did a free giveaway before. I think Amber Love, man, she won one of the Simply Ball Dropping camouflage hoodies. So yeah, we're gonna start putting that merch back out there. Because a lot of people ask me, man, a lot of things, man, and I don't know if you've seen it, but y'all see that Simply Ball dropping Vikings SBD. Because y'all know I represent the Vikings heavy. Y'all know what it is. So, yeah. So, we're going to start putting that out there. It's always love, Michelle. Andrew said, need more independent channels like this. Yes. But yeah, guys, man, we've been in here for over an hour and 20 minutes, man. We don't want to take too much more of your time, man. But I know y'all want me to stay around, man. But I know y'all got some things to do on this Saturday evening, late night. Because right now, we almost on the D block. And I know y'all got some other things that y'all could be doing. So I appreciate everybody that fell through, man. I tried to shout out as much people as I could. I put y'all's comment on the screen for free. And I appreciate all the engagement, man. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate all the new viewers. But like I said, man, y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all got y'all's post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball Dropping drops another hot banger. And don't forget, every Saturday morning, me and Big Snacks, we got the Sports Life and Trill. So make sure y'all tuned in to me and Big Snacks every Saturday morning. I appreciate everybody that tuned in to us this morning. Me and Big Snacks was dropping facts. So shout out to Big Snacks. But me and Big Snacks might be back sometime during the week dropping another show. So if you're not subscribed to the Big Snacks podcast, make sure y'all subscribe to Big Snacks. Because me and Big Snacks be giving y'all the facts on Sports Life Trill with K-Sap and Big Snacks. And a lot of love in the community, man. Yeah. They asking about what it was. Amber, which hoodie did you purchase? Amber didn't purchase no hoodie, man. She won it on a giveaway. Amber won it on a giveaway. Yeah, so like I said, I do free giveaways, and Amber was the lucky winner on the free giveaway. And we're going to get back to that. Once we rebuild the community, get some more community members. And that's why I said being a member of the channel and becoming a moderator of the channel gets you exclusive perks. And that's what happened. Amber got exclusive perks because she's a member of the channel. She's a moderator. And she won the free giveaway. So if you haven't joined the community, make sure y'all join so y'all can get the free perks. So remember, this is what we do over here. Also, you know, for people that drink coffee, I got coffee mugs. You see, we got it all over the place. We got it all over the place. We got everything brewing, man. We got all kinds of stuff, man. And I told y'all, this is what we do over here. And look, I had Chicago Sky hoodies, SBDs with Angel Reese. You know, I covered the WNBA and Angel Reese. Exclusive merchandise. This stuff is exclusive. You can't find this stuff nowhere else because this is authentic. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. What we do is authentic. So like I said, this is what we do over here, man. So guys, man, I appreciate everybody that tuned in, man. Appreciate all the love and support. I really do. I couldn't do this without you guys. But you know what I always say? Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And guess what, guys? This is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.